What's up, guys? I'm Chris Spags here, back with another Four Corners for today's two-game NBA main slate, courtesy of Osmo.com and presented by SuperDraft. We've got ourselves just a pair of games today, the price we're paying for the big slate we had yesterday, so you have to get creative with your lineups in order to have a shot at winning a tournament. But let's get some positive energy in the air as always, and right now, please hit that like button if you want to win a free month of Osmo Plus. Like the video and comment your top value play according to Draftkings salaries down below. We got off the schneid yesterday, somebody got Shaq Harrison right. I'll announce that winner later on. But if you want to join them at the Osmo Plus pay window, like the video and comment your top value play down below. But even on a two-game slate, we've got no time to waste here in the four corners, so let's get right into our first corner, starting with the top owned plays in Giannis Antetokounmpo in a match versus Portland, which there are 120.3 implied points for Milwaukee. Giannis has 81% expected ownership on Draftkings, while he has 87% on FanDuel. Giannis will be insanely high owned despite 3 straight games around just 55 fantasy points. And he has a lot of opportunity if the game stays close, but some genuine risk he doesn't have enough upside if Milwaukee blows them out and he sees less run. And Giannis' teammate Eric Bledsoe should also be highly owned versus Portland in a game in which there are 120.3 implied points for Milwaukee. Bledsoe has 48% expected ownership on Draftkings, while he has 69% on FanDuel. Bledsoe has a solid 1.3 fantasy points per minute in court time without the injured Chris Middleton, and his price is reasonable, even though he has the same risk profile as Giannis with a 13-point spread favoring Milwaukee at home. And our last top-owned play to hit on is Brandon Ingram in a matchup at Phoenix, in which there are 114.8 implied points for New Orleans. Ingram has 64% expected ownership on Draftkings, while he has 40% on FanDuel. Ingram has a solid 30% usage rate and has looked very good with it, so his lower price on DK is appealing, with him over 41 fantasy points in every game this season except one versus Denver. And even though it's a short slate, we still do have some value to hit on, so let's go to our next corner of the top value plays and scowl the Bissier in this matchup at Milwaukee, in which there are 107.3 implied points for Portland. Hassan Whiteside missed shoot-around today, and Scal could see big minutes if he misses the game, with a chance of sneaking extra minutes even if Whiteside is in due to his health and the high risk of a blowout. Another value play looks to be Frank Kaminsky in a matchup versus New Orleans, in which there are 118.8 implied points for Phoenix. Aaron Baines is out, and Kaminsky will get a crack at big minutes in the spot with some risk he sees less court time if his hip issues continue to flare up, and they limit him to 23 minutes as they did last game. And another guy who looks to be value is Cam Johnson in that match versus New Orleans, in which there are 118.8 implied points for Phoenix. Johnson has seen additional court time lately with 24 and 26 minutes in his last 2 games, and he could see minutes filling in for Frank Kaminsky if Phoenix plays small again. And for our next corner, let's hit on some of the news-affected plays, including Devin Booker in that match versus New Orleans, in which there are again 118.8 implied points for Phoenix. Ricky Rubio is a game-time decision, and Devin Booker is heavily impacted as a 1.4 fantasy point per minute player, with 35% usage and a 34% assist rate in court time without Rubio, compared to 0.84 fantasy points per minute with 23% usage and a 29% assist rate when he does share the court with Rubio. And let's talk about the New Orleans bigs at Phoenix in a game in which there are 114.8 implied points for New Orleans. Derek Favors is out, and Jahlil Okafor is questionable, so we could see another Jackson Hayes start, or a shift to a smaller group than Nicola Melli at center that opens up more upside for Kenrich Williams at the 4. And lastly, let's talk about CJ McCollum and Anthony Simons at Milwaukee in a game in which there are 107.3 implied points for Portland. McCollum and Simons saw less opportunity with Damian Lillard out than expected, thanks to Carmelo Anthony's audacious 33% usage rate in 24 minutes, with 4 for 14 shooting. And if Melo starts again, these guys will need to overcome his inefficiency to keep Portland from a blowout on the road. And on to our last corner, some of the lower-owned dart throws on the slate, including the aforementioned Cam Johnson in the match versus New Orleans, which there are 118.8 implied points for Phoenix. Johnson is a top value projected for not a ton of ownership, and while he's not a high-usage guy, he should have opportunity in this pace-up spot, particularly if both sides end up going small. And Kenrich Williams looks a bit too low-owned at Phoenix in a game in which there are 114.8 implied points for New Orleans. Kenny Hustle has at least 10 boards in 4 out of his last 5 games, and he still saw 34 minutes last game, despite Brandon Ingram's return to the lineup. And lastly, Dante DiVincenzo in this matchup versus Portland, in which there are 120.3 implied points for Milwaukee. DiVincenzo isn't a high-usage guy, but he has at least 9 shots in his last 3 games as a starter, and he's put up at least 25 fantasy points in each as a result. So there you have it. That's what I'm seeing so far for this surprisingly complicated 2-game slate. So right now, please hit that like button. And if you want to win a free month of Osmo Plus, like the video and comment your top value play according to Draftkings salaries down below. In yesterday's video, a couple guys guessed Shaq Harrison correctly, but this guy right here is the winner, Brett Rosenberg. So Brett, email me at chris@osmo.com to collect your prize. For everybody else out there, if you want to win your free month, like this video and comment your top value play down below. And of course, the free months of Osmo Plus come courtesy of SuperDraft. So right now, head over to superdraft.io. If you use the promo code OSMO, you get $20 free on a deposit of $100 or more. So go to superdraft.io and check out their multiplier tournaments where you don't have to know salaries. You just pick your guys and go from there. Check them out because they're the presenting sponsor of the Four Corners, and they're offering you a great deal with that $20 free with the promo code OSMO. And data can be a big asset for a short slate like this, so use this promo code Switch and Hedge for half off your first month of Osmo Plus. If you go to osmo.com/join and use that right now, you'll get half off your first month, or find packages as low as $3.95 a week. So go to osmo.com/join and find a package that'll work for you. Go follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Chris Spags. If you can't find anybody else out there who could jam 5 minutes worth of content about a 2-game slate, so go support that and me by following me at Chris Spags. I'll be back somehow doing an hour with Fast Eddie Fear later today on Live Before Locks, so tune in then. And of course, I'll be back tomorrow with another 4 corners. So thank you guys for watching. Wish you guys a good night. And of course, good luck.